Hey gang, Josh here. Question for you. Do you have the clear evidence? Baiyina, The Clear Evidence, is an album of music inspired by a chapter, or surah, in the Koran, the religious text of Islam. It was recorded in 1968 by Philadelphia-born musician Pat Martino. Go Birds.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
He's worked with giants of the era like Jack McDuff, Richard Groove Holmes, and Jimmy Smith. And that's just dudes who played the organ. He also appears on recordings by band leader Woody Herman, pianist Cyrus Chestnut, and electric bass legend Stanley Clarke. But it's Pat's work as a solo artist and a band leader himself that we're talking about today. Well, I'm talking about it, you're kind of just sitting there. Pat learned about the Quran the way most people do, from a poem about an angel with a sweet singing voice and a lute for a heart, written in 1931 by goth zaddy Edgar Allan Poe. Within the 8-stanza poem, Poe writes, "But the skies that angel trod, where deep thoughts are a duty, where love's a grown-up god, where the hourly glances are imbued with all the beauty which we worship in a star." Oh, there's more. Hold on. "The ecstasies above, with thy burning measures suit, thy grief, thy joy, thy hate, thy love, with the fervor of thy lute, may well the stars be mute." Yeah, shut up, stars. This angel's belting one out. Martino takes the line "where love's a grown-up god" for the title of the second song, my favorite on the album. An upright bass, jazz flute, and 9/4 time signature keep things moving while Pat lays down some improv licks. And then, a short psychedelic breakdown in the middle, which prominently features wind chimes, a droning Indian lute, and Pat laying down a melodic guitar groove. You can almost see the sun shining through the bay window filled with macrame plant holders and partially covered by cream-colored lace curtains. You can't? No? Just me? Okay, moving on. The other standout track on this sadly short 4-song set is the opener of Side 2, Israfel, the title of which echoes Big Eddie Poe's poem. Recognize that opening? It does sound a little bit like the theme from Cowboy Bebop, right? Was it a direct influence? Probably not. That said, it is a killer instrumental on a great jazz record from a fairly unconventional jazz guitarist. In the original liner notes for this album, written by Blue Note discographer Michael Kuskuna, he makes an allusion to the John Coltrane record Giant Steps. Tuck in, gang, I'm going to read an entire paragraph. "The music contained herein is artistically honest, original, and quite together. And that's grounds for worship in the context of the current jazz scene, which is populated by too many old men and too many reckless young ones. If you are reading these notes in the record shop, I strongly suggest that you buy this album, or at least make sure you hear it. You do not want these giant steps to walk right by you." And I really love the idea of somebody being in like an Urban Outfitters and demanding to hear this album, but also not willing to pay for it. I don't know if this is picked up on the recording, but my dog is back there scratching at the blankets and driving me insane. Hey, lay down. So yeah, this album is definitely closer in sound and approach to John Coltrane's Giant Steps than to something from more traditional jazz guitarists from the era like Wes Montgomery, who might be one of those old men to which Kuskuna is referring. Quick side note, we at Best Friends Gang love the music of Wes Montgomery. Just wanted to put that out there in case Wes is watching. Oh wait, Wes Montgomery died the same year that this album came out, and he was only 45, and Pat Martino later recorded a tribute album of Wes Montgomery's music. Well then who the hell was Kuskuna even talking about? Alright gang, lesson learned. 60s subtweets are too subtle, and I've got to do much more research on jazz music. End of video.